We are live. This is the Comic Hall and Roundtable discussion. Tonight's panel includes Antonio Big Man Coleman, sporting a nice trendy shirt there. And we've got brother Xavier Randall in the place tonight with the classic Batman. And of course, yours truly, Matt Odom, and I'm rocking Super Mario 5. Al Rainer should be joining us soon tonight, and hopefully Larry will be joining us as well. Fellas, how was everyone's weekend? And I'm glad to have everyone here.
Good weekend, man. Great weekend.
If you, and we're gonna talk about this past weekend too, because you missed out on something this past weekend. So let's hop right into things. Black Panther debuted this week. Well, you know, they had the
private screenings.
The pre-screening.
And rave reviews across the board. Now this is almost, you can almost kind of say this was predicted to a degree, but Coleman, your thoughts, man? This is what you were looking for? Is this
I mean,
good news? I mean,
it's
was
what
this
I
expected?
expected. It's what I expected. I mean, it's what I expected. Also, Fandango announced that it surpassed Justice League and Batman vs Superman for the most pre-ordered tickets of all time.
Wait, say that again. Say that again.
We knew that was gonna happen.
No, I want to hear that. There's a reason why I asked that. I want to hear that one more time. Say it again.
Surpassed Justice League and Batman vs Superman for pre-ordered tickets for the most of all time.
So that means that there were two DC properties that had pretty good showing pre-order tickets, correct? Is that what I'm hearing? That's what I just heard.
That's what you hear.
Okay, all right. I just wanted to be sure in case somebody's listening.
Oh, talking about Larry? Yeah.
I just wanted to say that, you know. Well, I'll tell you, man. I'm just excited for it. It is
what, 2.5 weeks away?
Yeah, 2.5 weeks away, man. And you know, it got here real quick. Man. And I tell you, man, I think it's going to turn out to be really good. I expect this to be a big money maker. So yeah, I can almost tell you, go ahead and get ready for Black Panther 2 because it's coming.
Yeah.
That now. We're going to get another one. But Xavier, your thoughts?
It was pretty much like, well, I don't know if we said on the last show. I know I'm excited to go see it, but I'm not going to go see it opening weekend because I want to be able to enjoy it myself without, you know, fried fish and all that other stuff in there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So on a movie of that magnitude, you're supposed to go and enjoy it and not have to deal with the, excuse my language, the niggerdom. You know what I mean? The coonery. And I love my people, but, you know, don't just go see it because it's a black comic book hero. Go see it because you actually enjoy the character. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? If you want to just go see a black hero, just line up and watch Black Dynamite. You know what I'm saying? It brings you into all the niggerdom and the coonery. You know, let us enjoy this Black Panther movie. But hey, still support. Just leave the niggerdom at home.
All right. Well, let's move on. This will be a little bit longer segment here. I can go ahead and tell you right now. This is go ahead, everyone. Go ahead and get ready. This is going to be one of the epic. This is going to be one of the top grade, top shelf rants of all time. You know,
until the Walking Sleep come back.
Well, you know, this no. This is going to surpass that. This is more of a I told you so than anything. Well, we told you so than anything else. And I had the luxury of this weekend of sitting with the one of our followers and friends, the Omen King. And I looked at him and I asked him, I said, well, how do you feel, man? And there was this big smile that came across his face. It was that duped smile. It was I've been hoodwinked smile. It's been the bamboozle, run amok, led astray. This is common practice. This is common practice. This also shows an act of desperation on the part of Capcom. Capcom last week, Marvel versus Capcom, all the way down to what was that, Tony? What was that price?
$17.99.
$17.99. Now we're talking about a game that hadn't even been out a full calendar year. Now you all can go check this. I'm not sure. I don't think I've ever can remember them marking down a marquee fighter that quick in price. Now I might be wrong, so someone can go check that. But to my knowledge, Tony, I don't recall Capcom ever marking down a marquee, even a marquee game for that matter, that quick.
No, not in 6 months.
We talked about the number 900,000 sold for
6 months.
What was it? The first day or whatever. And last night, I look at a stat for
Monster Hunter World.
Monster Hunter World, and it's five times 5 million in in less than a week.
Yeah, it came out the Friday. So
yeah,
there hadn't even been a week yet.
And 5 million, and you even talking about picking it up.
Yep. Yeah.
So I mean,
looks good.
Yeah. So are you gonna pick up that Marvel vs. Capcom?
I'm gonna wait for the complete edition.
You still gonna have to buy all the characters.
But no, I want the complete. That's gonna have like everything in there.
And it's gonna be marked down too. It won't be. You won't be paying the full $95.
No.
You'll be paying $25, $20.
Hey, they said they was Street Fighter 5 arcade.
Deluxe edition with the palette swap green Vega.
Don't you still have to buy the same people?
Yeah,
but this is typical Capcom. This is what Capcom does. They put this is basically them admitting that they dropped the ball. I mean, so I don't. As far as credibility with them, I don't know. I don't think there's any more credibility with Capcom anymore.
I think the really sad part about the whole situation really is Capcom is really like the leader out front as far as for fighting games. And then to see them fall to where they have now, that's really like a sad thing to see.
Yeah, I think that I don't think they'll ever reclaim that mantle again, or at least for the next couple of years. I really I don't see Capcom going back to the glory days. I think they've lost their way, personally. Xavier, your thoughts?
Man, we've been talking about this for a long time, and it's nothing that nobody can say that can prove us wrong. And I honestly don't think we need to talk about it anymore because we don't need to get them any more free press. We've been going on and on about how terrible they are. And I know you get tired of saying we were right. I know I get tired of saying I was right. The whole panel get tired of saying we were right. But I mean, I think we just need to move on. We need to let the 1 or 3 people that enjoy the game just suffer by themselves.
Yeah, I just this is I mean it's hilarious to watch that, and the people that's in our group were so upset when they saw the price. When they saw the people who had bought that game was like, well, what did y'all expect? We told you this. And I'm gonna make a bold prediction right now. Mark it down on your calendar. Bold prediction right now. We will see the X-Men as an expansion pack this summer. Mark my words. We're gonna see it. X-Men expansion pack for $19.99. with palette swap Wolverine. They're gonna have the bone, and they're going and they're gonna be they're gonna have a you're gonna have the palette swap, and they're gonna have the palette swap Wolverine with the bone and the animanium. I promise you. So I tell you now. I'm telling you. All right, so that leads us right into our next topic for tonight. We're rolling it down tonight, y'all. Dragon Ball Z Fighter Z. Dragon Ball Fighter Z was released on last Thursday, depending on if you got it from GameStop or if you were like me, downloaded it. It's 12:01 a.m. Friday morning, and I can just go ahead and tell you right now, man. I put this up there with Marvel vs. Capcom 2. I probably in the top 5. You know, it's a solid game. The combos are just the game is so deep. There's a learning curve. You know, you go in there and mash buttons if you want to. You know, and I tell you, you know, you just need to check this out. If you hadn't checked it out, man, go check it out. You know, I'm telling you, rave reviews. There was a couple of reviewers out there who kind of slated it a little bit, but for the most part, it was pretty much a solid showing on the, as far as the critics go. Xavier, have you had a chance to pick up your copy yet?
No, I got it at the job, but I'm gonna get mine in juniors at the same time.
Okay, all right. I guess with the being the resident Best Buy man, have you noticed people coming in picking up the game? Have you?
We technically sold out.
Say that one more time so that Omen King can hear you. I just want.
Yeah, we technically sold out. We sold out of Xbox on the first day, and we sold out of PlayStation 4 that Saturday.
Wow. I didn't expect to hear that last part.
And we had a ton of pre-orders from customers that canceled their pre-order from GameStop and came over to us. No shade on GameStop, but I mean, we had a ton of people come over doing that. I guess because we had a better DLC package or whatever, or pre-order bonus.
Sweet. TC, your thoughts on Dragon Ball Z?
Man, like I said before the game came out, the excitement I had for the game was it was not disappointing at all for what I expected. You know, I told you 20 years ago the anticipation of Marvel vs. Capcom coming out for the Dreamcast and how I felt on that. That's how I felt with this game coming out. So, you know, congratulations to Arc Systems and to the whole Dragon Ball, everything that they're going to do on there for it. I'm really looking forward to the DLC that they're going to put out. And, you know, I just can say, man, just, you know, if you haven't picked it up yet, pick it up and enjoy the game.
What's your thoughts on? I mean, as far as what would you rank this game? What would you put this in the annals of fighter games? I mean, would you classify this as a classic?
I believe it has the making to be a classic. I think after it's all said and done, like once all the characters have come out for the game, and once it's actually a complete game, this is something that's going to last for several years down the road. It's going to be something that you're going to see at the big Evo tournaments. The what was the other one that we usually watch?
The West Coast Warzone.
West Coast Warzone. Yeah, I think this is going to be something that you're going to see really big in the competitive fighting game community on there for it. So, you know, I'm looking forward to that more than anything else because I don't have the reflexes like I did before 20 years ago. So I look forward to watching these young guys that sit down and play all day, every day, and just see what they can do, man. Just see what they can do with the character. You know, I want to see
what Sonic Foster do.
Yeah, I want to see a Yamcha just go through and dominate the tournament and beat everybody.
Boy, that's some skill right there.
if you had to compare this game to a fighter that's out there, what would you compare it to? I know I said Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
It's right there. It's you can put in, you can hold Marvel vs. Capcom 2 and this game. You can hold them side by side at this point, and I think it's gonna go. I don't think it's as good as Marvel vs. Capcom 2 as far as when Marvel vs. Capcom 2 first came out, but I think once it's all said and done, once the developers are done putting out the characters and expansions and stuff like that, I think it's gonna be on that level.
Now I'm gonna sound old when I say this, but this is the type of game you wish you would have saw in arcade back in the day.
Oh yeah.
I mean, this is like arcade. I'd probably be there right now. We'd probably be doing the show at the arcade, so literally, if it was open.
Yeah, I mean,
this is stick your token up on arcade and wait your next turn.
Just wait, yeah. Go get a slice of pizza or a peach drink. Come back.
And I mean, even the developers themselves said their inspiration for the game was from Marvel vs. Capcom. I mean, from the old one, from back in the day. So
good.
It's a modern copy.
Like they grew up playing the game just like we did, and wanted to make. And what is it that we always said back in the day? If Capcom ever got a hold of this license, think about the game they could make.
Right.
Well, here it is. It's out there now.
And it's out there now.
And they've got a ton of stuff coming for that game, and it's a lot to do in that game. There's a lot of you can do. You can just have a field day with that game. So if you hadn't checked it out, make sure you go check it out. It is out now in stores everywhere. All right, so let's move right down the list here. Yesterday, Marvel released the Antman and Wasp trailer. I have got to see more. That's just me. I mean, I guess it's because I've never really been a big Antman fan. So I mean, it's kind of like, oh, okay. I reckon I'll go see it. I mean, I it's really hard for me to get wide open for that, considering you got Black Panther, you got Infinity War, and it's almost like, and I'm gonna use this analogy, man, because I know y'all didn't. I don't know if Xavier watched it, but I know you didn't watch TC. It's like the Royal Rumble Sunday night. After the Royal Rumble, man, after the men's Rumble, it was really hard to just, you were like, man, how y'all gonna follow that up? It was like a letdown. So I don't know if the first Ant-Man surprised everybody. So there's no telling what this one is going to do. Xavier, your thoughts on Ant-Man and Wasp?
I can't wait to go see it. I passed up on the first one in the movie theater, and it just it didn't catch me. But if they keep from the tone that I saw in the trailer, if they keep up what they did in the first movie, I think this is gonna be really good. I'm like you, I gotta see more, but
TC.
From what I see, man, I'm gonna be honest with you, I really like what I saw, and I have a few questions on as far as with the trailer, because the movie's coming out after the Infinity. So I'm kind of wondering, like, how's the timeline of this movie gonna fit with Infinity? Or is it gonna be something that's gonna be kind of like a taking place beforehand, or is it supposed to be taking place right after Infinity War in that situation?
For those who are interested in speculation, and for those who are looking to get this, the villain is, from my understanding, is supposed to be the Ghost. And for those who are looking to pick that up, you can go pick up Iron Man 219. Make sure I got that correct. Iron Man 219. As far as long-term growth value, I can't see that going like way out of the roof. You may be able, if you're flipping books, you might be able to get it for like 15, 25, here and there. But I wouldn't bank on that being, a hot 181. So yeah. But if you're interested in getting it, it is Iron Man number 219. Features the first appearance of the Ghost, which is the rumored villain for the Antman movie. All right. So last night, I was on the road traveling. I had to work duty called last night, so I missed the Flash. So I'm gonna let you two. And I just like their reaction. I'm gonna let you two talk to me about the Flash, man. So what did I miss? What did I miss?
Nothing.
No.
Nothing. You didn't miss one thing.
I mean, have we reached a point of no return with this show? Are we there? Have we gotten there yet?
It's 1 foot in.
Or are we just being too hard on this show? Do you think we just being too hard on this show? Or, I mean, do we think we're not giving it enough time? What's the problem here?
So if Larry was on the show right now, he would be saying that we're too harsh on it because we're comic purists, so to speak, and it's not really made for us. It's made for the casual fan, which I get it. But I don't think the casual fan would be enjoying this mess that they putting on the air right now, especially with them backing it up with Black Lightning. Now, like, I know that's probably gonna be another segment, but I missed Black Lightning episode last night. But I guarantee you, people that are like fans of the Flash probably turned away and didn't even watch Black Lightning. How terrible the Flash was last night. I mean, you have the dude that played Jason Voorhees in the last movie, played the main villain, and he shrunk Elongated Man and Cisco. And it took them 45, maybe 50 minutes to realize, hey, let's just put him back. Let's put both of them back in the line of the beam that the dude shot out. These supposed to be the geniuses that created and recreated the well, I can't remember what it's called. What is it called? What gave them their powers?
Oh, the from the Atom.
Let's just say this. Right, they supposed to be geniuses, and they couldn't figure out how to in order to get them to grow. All you got to do is reverse it.
Yeah.
And then you got Goldberg, who is this big old softy. Yeah. He's dreaming of being in Paradise Hills and this and the other in Japan. And then they got a camera that's fast enough to catch the Flash when he runs. Yeah, they 1 foot in as far as being at the point of no return.
TC?
I'm just gonna say, man, it's really slow. I mean, the training wheels are back on, and you even have to walk with them so they won't fall off the bike at this point right now.
Them training wheels are welded on that bike.
Yeah. This is a really, I'm gonna say this is a really big regression from how the end of last season ended off. Because at the end of last season, he was like, oh well, hell, you can beat basically anybody at this point, and went into the Speed Force and come back out, and it's just like, I don't know, it's just like he's just regressed back, and it's to the point now where basically you don't even have the Flash in the show. He's basically like an accessory, whereas they trying to focus more on the team of people minus the Flash in the situation.
It sounds like to me they're going to Walking Dead route.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, DeVoe wasn't even in the episode
at all.
I mean, if that tells you something.
I think they said his name 3 times in the episode, and that's it.
Yeah, I think they've jumped the shark. I think they've jumped the shark, the dog, the cat, the raccoon, anything you want to put up under it. I think they've jumped it. I really think that season with Zoom was the pinnacle. I mean, and I think that they came out. I really think they should just save Zoom for like another season. They should be bringing out Zoom now or something, because this is rough, man, and it's just hardening because with all fans man. You know, we're all fans of the show, and you know, you want to have something to look forward to. I mean, we've been damned with Gotham. We've been damned with these other shows, you know, Arrow and all that stuff. And so when you have a product, you hope that product sustains itself, man. You know, and let's move on. So I got home last night.
Hey, it's called Particle Accelerator, by the way. It just popped in my mind.
The particle accelerator.
Hey, before we
Don't-
move on though,
The
Go
space
ahead.
moderator.
I was just gonna say
before
they
we
can
hit,
always change the timeline and fix everything. So
oh, man, that's why the show is bad as it is because he keep going back in time. But I would have to agree with what Matt said because for one thing, when you said they should have saved Zoom, that is one of like what they did in season 2, introducing Jay Garrett. That was one of the biggest wastes in the world. Because ever since they showed him as Jay Garrett, how many times have we seen him? A total of 8 times.
yeah,
8 times over 20 plus episodes. They might as well not even introduce him. You know what I'm saying? They could have. I agree with Matt 100%. They could have literally gave us this other stuff just to drop us down, then boom, bring us right back and keep it going for the next 3 years instead of this crap that we getting right now. But yeah, I just had to throw that in right quick.
Yeah, I'm sitting here looking. Looking up the ratings for last night, the overnight ratings,
and you
and
have other flashes that you could possibly. I mean, I know Xavier said before, you know, bring in Wally with Wally
White
West.
Wally. White Wally.
well, this is the thing. I'm sitting here looking, and the numbers were out of the roof last night for it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, what did Larry say? It's not for us.
Yeah.
so I mean, I guess it ain't for us then. let's move on. And Black Lightning is on this. What was that? 3rd episode last night? 4th?
Yeah.
It was
Fourth?
a 3rd.
3rd? Okay.
It was third. Yeah, it was third.
3rd episode last night, and I caught the tail end of it, the very tail end of it. I caught the March and Selma. I caught that part last night. I know I'm wrong for that, man. I know I'm wrong for that, but that's what I caught last night. I caught the tail end of that. So I'm gonna let you two fill me in on that as well. I'll let everyone who's watching fill them in on that as well.
I'm gonna just say, man, that he got some badass kids, and I don't mean badass in like tight, but
Terrible.
they need a belt. They need a belt to their ass. That's what I'm gonna say.
They need a jolt of lightning.
Yeah, they really do. That to me, that's the most annoying part of the show is his kids, because I don't really know what the direction that they're trying to put these kids in on the show. I don't know if they're just putting them in these kind of situations just for the drama effect of it, to make people kind of put them in like a real life situation so they relate to somebody else in real life on there for it. But I mean, when the daughter, I don't know how old she is, what, 15, 16 maybe, and just came up to her parents and was like, yeah, I'm going to have sex this weekend. Hope y'all cool with it and everything. And they just sitting there like, oh, well, okay. And just sit down and eat dinner, and that's it. And it's like, wait a minute. I mean, what are you doing? Your daughter just said she's going to have sex with somebody. And you just sitting here sipping wine. You and your ex-wife, split up wife that he keep trying to hook up with, is sitting there just sipping wine at the dinner table. And I don't know. I mean, between that and him trying to not bring back Black Lightning, and then basically his hand being forced to become Black Lightning, I really wish they would just make up their mind on what he wants to do as far as for the hero character in the show.
This is my question, and this is a burning question, like Rome, burning like Rome. Our sports fans out there, y'all know what I'm talking about. Look here, how does nobody know who this guy is?
Yeah, just like how nobody knows who Superman is.
I mean, that this dude walks out there, only has
wearing goggles. That's the only difference. Goggles. All right.
Yeah. I mean, this dude walks out and everybody's looking at it. Everybody's looking at this gentleman. Hey man, watch the Black Lightning. It's his students look at him. They don't know it's him. That's the
Well, you got to think now. That one episode, the daughter said she tried to look at him and said she couldn't see him, like the bright light.
Oh
bullshit.
my
Couldn't
god.
see
He has
his
an
face.
aura around him. He has a
Yeah,
force field.
that's what they made it out to be like. He has some kind of aura around him.
He's
to where
Android
you can't
17
see
now.
him. You can't see him clearly. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
man. Well, why don't they? Okay, all right. Well, all right. I'll give you that. All right, I'm gonna give you that. Well, why don't they use the effects to where if somebody looks at them, they
Not in the
can't
budget,
see
man.
it clearly. That's what I mean, really, because this dude is on there. He's at the march on Selma, and he's standing right there looking at these people. I mean, and nobody knows who this guy is.
He doesn't mask his voice. He talks
No,
exactly the
No,
same.
no.
That's what I'm talking about. He doesn't mask his voice at all. There's nothing that makes him like, it was Spider-Man. Okay, you may know it's his voice, but at least he's covered up,
I would like to
Even-
throw this out there to the people that are watching. We are not bashing this show by any means.
We like the
No.
We
show.
like the show.
No.
We like the show. It's just that there's a level of corniness to this show that we hadn't seen in quite a while on the show. I mean, this is borderline Iron Fist corniness.
They're not gonna let us have everything. Okay.
I
All right.
think Luke Cage has spoiled me.
I don't know how the second half of the season, the still fighting.
I mean,
I went back and watched it again. And I was like, man, TC was right.
Luke Cage.
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
That's my show, that man.
Hey, it's a good show, but that his fighting got stiffer and stiffer.
Yeah, I mean, it's either that or Iron Fist, man.
And he grew up boxing.
It's either that or Iron Fist. You know how I feel about that show.
I done watched Jessica Jones again. Nah, I'm sorry. I done took us away from Black Lightning. I'm sorry. My bad.
I mean, that's when you have a bad show like that, man. That'll do that. Well, not bad show, but when you have corniness like that'll do it to you. All right, so let's stay in the comic realm with live action. Marvel Studios. There's word that came out. I want to say it was yesterday, either earlier today. That as of right now, Marvel talks with Fox and Marvel have been put on ice. So I guess I could pose this question: Do you all think that they're waiting on the acquisition of what was that? Was it Marvel supposed to be buying out? Was that was Marvel?
Marvel buying Fox. Yeah. Disney buying Fox.
I'm thinking Sony. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking about the rights from Sony. So if they in that case, then if they put the talks on ice, then I guess where would that leave the Marvel Cinematic Universe?
I don't think that they put it on ice as in they're not trying to go any further with anything. I think they're trying to wait and see if everything is going to go through, because the purchase has to be approved, and then after it's fully approved, it's going to be a little grace period after that in order for them to really start doing something. So I think when they said, you talking about what Kevin Feige said? Yeah, I think he was just dumbing it down to make it seem like he didn't know about anything that was going on until it's fully like Fox is Disney's. Because don't think he doesn't have a plan as to what they're gonna do once it's all said and done. But I want to throw something else out there because you touched on it. Once you threw Sony in there, Sony Pictures or Sony Entertainment, so to speak, the movie entertainment, they are gonna be up for sale soon. Like their president said that, so it might be some extra stuff going on in there where they trying to rework the contract with them. Or Fox may have pulled out and be like, you know what, let's try to merge with Sony so we can rival Disney and keep our properties. So you never know.
That's a tough one, man. I wouldn't see that one. TC.
I mean, I really don't. I don't think it's going to affect anything, especially on the Marvel side of things with Disney, because I mean they've had their plan in place long before the talks of merging with Fox or whatever else. I mean, they planned out I don't know how many movies going on for Miss Marvel, the next Infinity War movie, the next Cap movie, the next Iron Man, Thor, whatever else. And I mean, they talk about bringing in new characters anyway. So I don't think the delay of this. I don't think it's going to have any kind of impact on Marvel at all whatsoever.
Brother Al, thanks for joining us tonight, man. Glad to see you, man. We saw you come in like Mr. Hughes. I saw you.
Hello.
1992, Big Cat. Ernie Ladd.
What's going on, guys?
We are talking about Marvel and Fox. Rumored right now, as of right now, nothing's going to take place. What's your thoughts on that? Do you think that's just kind of more what they call quote unquote brinkmanship? It's just kind of people working behind the scenes trying to, they could, Xavier, what you said is correct. And it's basically they could be playing cat and mouse right now. This could be a cat and mouse situation because money's involved. So they could be just we're not just trying to force hands and everything. We don't know what's going on behind the scenes. Al, you will.
Well, first of all, thank you for joining us, y'all, the viewers and everything. And I'm being quite frank with y'all. At this, I just don't care because I don't really care, man. I don't, because it's like, okay, so Disney bought or secured Fox. Now I don't know what the deal is with the Sony stuff, right? I ain't really read up on it. Why are you laughing, X?
To read the screen.
Oh, baby. Hey, inside joke.
Xavier Reynolds trying to throw jokes, throw shade. If I leave prematurely, just blame it on Xavier Randall. He got jokes tonight at the Sweat Hotel. But anyway, oh man, I got to a point, man. I mean, I feel like if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. I think the powers that be, I don't know, want to blame it on the media. What they have jumped the gun with the announcement. I don't know. I mean, at this particular period of time, it seemed like it's gonna be business as usual with the slated movies that are supposed to be coming out with Fox, along with left regards. I do remember when they were talking about the whole deal as far as Disney acquiring those particular portions of Fox, was that they had to actually go through a judicial hearing anyway to clear it. So I mean, maybe that's part of it. I don't know. I haven't the halt of the acquisition. So I really don't know. I'm just speaking from a pure speculative point. That I mean, at the end of the day, as long as it does not affect the current list of movies that's coming out, then it's all good. I mean, as far as Marvel, I still don't care about New Mutants and all that other crap that's coming out. But that's it.
All right, so we're gonna move on, man, and we're gonna. This is something we don't normally go this route, but I felt the need this weekend to include this here on the panel tonight. I've got a question to pose. What the hell is going on over at the WWE? For those who did not watch the Royal Rumble this weekend, I was pleasantly surprised. Now, Antonio, tell you, man, I had very low expectations of this year's Royal, very low expectation of this year's Royal Rumble. And for those who are in the Facebook group, y'all got a chance to see, they saw me go off. I was in seventh heaven. I saw Roman Reigns get thrown over the top rope, and I saw John Cena get thrown over the top rope, and I saw the King of Strong Style win the Royal Rumble. Because I don't think anybody here watched the Rumble on the panel. I can tell you that there were points where it's kind of like, oh, what's going on? Well, for one, what they did this year is they had the men's Royal Rumble first. So I was like, oh man, this going, I already told my buddy who I was watching the fight over. I told him, I was like, yeah, man, I think I'm gonna leave after this, man. I'm not gonna hang around. And turned out, man, it was pretty good. What they did was, can you all remember how they used to back load the Royal Rumble, where it would be always people from 13 or 14 up. It would always be somebody of relevance coming into the Rumble, as opposed to going through that modern thing where they would put the two superstars first and they drag them out the whole Rumble, and try to going all night. They're going all night. Well, what they did was they backloaded the Rumble this year, so you didn't know who was going to win by looking at, you had your theory of who you thought was going to win, but you had a lot of the A-list wrestlers sitting there towards the end of the Rumble. And it was really good. I mean, you got guys like, it was really kind of like a changing of the guard. I'd almost say that's what this Royal Rumble was changing of the guard. Now, we all know that John Cena is going to find a way to get to that Royal Rumble, to get to that title at WrestleMania. We know that. But to see young, fresh talent come in and win a Royal Rumble, and I don't think Nakamura has been there over a year. Has it been over a year?
Yeah.
I mean, on the main roster.
Right at it.
Yeah, it was on the main roster. So I mean, it's quite a feat to see this gentleman who's an outstanding wrestler. I mean, there was some really good wrestling on Sunday night. I don't normally say that about WWF. Anybody tell you, I slate them real quick, man. Even though I have stock in the WWF, I did buy stock. Because I felt like if I want to talk to trash, I can. If I saw McMahon, I could tell him I'm a stockholder, and it sucks. But I'm gonna give it to him and tell him that this year's Royal Rumble was probably one of the better ones I've seen in at least, and I'm not exaggerating, at least 9 years. It's been a long time since I've seen a good Royal Rumble. I mean, even down to they had the other young lady who was on the roster, Asuka. I think that's her name, Asuka. Asuka, yeah.
Yeah.
She now the women's Rumble, it's gonna be slower paced. It was gimmick. I say that was more of the gimmick match than anything else, because you had Molly Holly, who I didn't visually I didn't have any complaints about that. Mickey James, no complaints about that either. Yeah. But then you had the Tory show up, who couldn't wrestle then, and still nothing's changed. There's nothing changed. She still can't wrestle now. And then you got the Bella twins who show up, and we already know that, basically when they show up, it's just like John Cena. And it was funny because, was it Nikki is the one that's married to, dating Cena, right? Is it Nikki? Or Brie? Yeah. Well, she, every time when she got into the ring, everybody started yelling, John Cena sucks. So I thought that was
rightfully so.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty hilarious. Even Jacqueline showed up. It was, and it's still now. Jacqueline is in like wrestling, like she could get back in the ring today and she'd be fine. She would miss a beat because for one, she's a fitness trainer, so she still looks like she looked then. But as far as the women's Rumble, it was pretty good. Now let me tell you something. Sasha Banks, for those who are watching, you talk about Sasha Banks has done what I call the Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan came to the NFL and he was pretty good there for the first 3 years. Then all of a sudden he went backwards. And it seems like Sasha Banks, I watched somebody put a meme up today I saw. And I and I just saw and I say that pretty much sums up her career right now. I mean, she's going regressed. I don't know if they're not trained, they're not working on stuff, man. But she had a lot of bad spots in the Rumble, and they say now the word on the street is that she had a hand in Paige that got injured or what have you.
Yeah, she was the one that injured.
Yeah, I mean, she's going around a D'Lo Brown, and if she's not careful, she'll be over there on with Steve Harvey on that show. if she's not careful. So, but other than that, the Rumble, AJ Styles, they're saying now this is the rumor, Al. It's the rumor. I know because I know you hadn't watched anything. The word on the street is that it's supposed to be AJ Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura at WrestleMania. So, I mean, if you know you're gonna get that kind of match, then you know I'll take it. You know, Roman Reigns. You know, I don't know if they don't. You know, I don't know what's happening with Roman Reigns, man. You know, not I'm complaining. I mean, you know, let him lose every match he get in, for I'm concerned. But they've buried him on the roster, and I don't know if he's done. Well, you know what? It's the steroid thing. That's right. It's I think when he had the suspension, so they're probably burying him for that, man. But it's rightly deserved. I mean, he stinks anyway, so it doesn't matter. I did watch Monday Night Raw for the first time in what it's been over at least over a year. I watched Monday Night Raw fully, and I watched it because it had Finn Balor fight John Cena. And why did I let myself get my feelings built up? That's because I got duped that night before. So I just assumed that's Finn Balor's fighting John Cena. Then this means that they're gonna Finn Balor's gonna, you know, he Balor Club, you know. Nope. John Cena, no sale. So, but the Royal Rumble this year on the Comment Hall Roundtable discussion rating for Matt Odom, I give this year's Royal Rumble out of 5 stars. I give it a strong 4. Al, I'll let you have your thoughts on what I said about the Royal Rumble. And what do you think? Do you think that we're now? Do you think that Triple H is starting to influence the main roster as opposed to? We all know he has a hand in NXT, but do you think that now a lot of these guys are now coming over to the main roster? Do you think that Vince is probably now starting to, let Triple H take it because he's got to focus on his XFL? Vince has got to focus on his XFL project because it's either sink or swim with this. So, Al, your thoughts, my friend?
Well, this is gonna be quick and brief. Number one, the XFL is gonna suck if they don't bring back He Hate Me. Number two, and anybody that's familiar with the old XFL, I can't remember the guy's name. He actually went on to play in the NFL. I think he played for the Panthers. I think, but he had a jersey called He Hate Me. But anyway, that XFL, that's a whole nother story in and of itself.
That's how he was known in the NFL too.
Oh yeah, they hated him too. Well,
no, I'm saying they know Miss He Hate Me. They couldn't tell you his name.
Oh, okay. Well, tough break is always FUBU. But as far as it goes, I think going there. Currently on the current roster, Bray Wyatt is my favorite wrestler. They ain't doing nothing with him. So as of right now, I'm on a self-imposed exile in reference to wrestling. I watched part of that WWE 25th anniversary. That was hot garbage mixed with ramen noodles and gelatin.
I told you not to watch that.
And I'm talking about like you take every refrigerator that's about to expire and you mix it up and you try to eat it. That's what Raw 25 was. But anyway, as it stands, I mean, maybe it is Triple H, the changing of the guard. I mean, people have been saying this for the McMahon is an older guy. And I'm gonna tell y'all something, and I don't know how many of our viewers watch wrestling, but you know, the panel's been watching wrestling forever. WCW, WWE, Mid-South, UW up the whole nine. So we are, I would say, wrestling connoisseurs. As far as WWE, the success WWE has, I credit Vince McMahon a small amount of that success. He gets, in my opinion, too much credit for building the WWE up, because if it wasn't for the fact that he had certain people in place at certain times that actually made it for themselves, I don't think the WWE would have been able to withstand the onslaught that WCW was putting on their head. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Steve Austin, he was on the scene at the right place at the right time. So was The Rock when he came back after he joined the Nation of Domination. Same thing with Shawn Michaels when he super kicked Marty Jannetty through that glass window on that in your house. But straying away too far. Maybe if they do more I was shocked. I like Nakamura. I think the man's a talented wrestler. I love his theme song. I gauge a lot of wrestlers by their theme songs too. If the theme songs suck, I don't too much care for it. But Nakamura has an awesome theme song, just like Bobby Roode, just like Bray Wyatt and a few.
Gangrel.
But Gangrel too. That's right, Gangrel. But anyway, I don't know about TC. You taking it? You crossed the line on that one, buddy. The line was too. Son. Not Mike Knox. But anyway, as it stands right now, man, I'm on a wait and see type thing. Now I will tune in for WrestleMania. I won't buy it, but I'll go to someone's place of residence to watch it just to see that match, because that's a New Japan match right there. You know, Nakamura and AJ Styles. And I'm pretty sure both of the guys go into that match healthy. It's going to be a knockdown, drag out, slobber knocker, to quote JR. As a matter of fact, since I read that him and Jim Ross come back, I wouldn't be surprised if they actually do the commentating on that match. That's the kind of commentating they need for that match. But at the same token, if they're building that up, which is cool, they need to do more for me to say, well, they're turning the corner. And when I mean that, I mean as far as the whole the card, because you know that could be a knockdown drag out match, but then the rest of the matches be garbage. So, you know, maybe Vince McMahon has had a change of heart since he's focusing on the XFL, and maybe we will see a difference in what we see as far as WWE and being so throw people and push people like Roman Reigns down everybody's throat, which is what really turned me off about it when he actually came to prominence. Hopefully they can overcome that and just put out some real quality programming and act like WCW is still around and they losing in the ratings. So
TC,
that's my take on it.
All right, Antonio, your thoughts on the product?
You know, man, I'm gonna say that I'm gonna just say, man, that you know, I think Triple H is really the future of the company, and as it is right now, like Al said, Vince is really, he needs to take his hands off of it at this point and just move on to something else, and either let Vince and Stephanie take over, and I mean take over completely, not just
Triple H.
Yeah, not just for certain shows or not just for certain events or something like that, because Triple H is more of your old school guy. He's more of your guy. He'll sit down and watch, like Al said, he'll sit down and watch an old match from 20 or 30 years ago or 40 years ago, and he'll say, oh, well, people hadn't seen this lately. We're going to turn around, we're going to do this kind of match again. And it's bringing it to a new crowd, a new audience for people to see. But that's just the kind of guy that he is, as far as his wrestling, as far as him being a wrestling fan himself. Not necessarily just from him being a wrestler, but him being a wrestling fan himself. He enjoys it just as much as he does in the ring as he does outside the ring. Because I remember when he even mentioned when they bought WCW, he was more happy about them getting the backlog catalog information from WCW than anything else, so he could go and pull that up and watch everything. So that's what I think really needs to happen at this point.
All right, Xavier, your thoughts on the product of the WWE?
I haven't watched wrestling since we were at Hooters at time when they supposed to brought Dead Man Walking Undertaker back. So I'm all out of the loop.
Okay, well, he's all right. So let's move on here and let's talk comics. Let's talk comics. This past weekend, if you know, there was a gentleman's bet there between me and TC. What's his name? Clayton Kane? Is that name? No. Yeah, Kane variant, Hulk 181 homage variant was released, and TC said, "Well, how long do you think that it's going to stay on the shelf?" I said, "I'll give it about an hour and a half. Sold out in 20 minutes." checked on eBay. Yeah, eBay. TC, have you had a chance to look at any numbers in the last few
No, I
days?
hadn't even checked it.
Well, it was going for when we looked on Sunday. What was it going for? 140.
185.
Cheaper.
Some people were selling it for it's pre-order for $189 and $200.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I think you know. I was going to record and say I believe the Matina variant was going to be the one this year that, as far as value wise, but I really think it's up 181 going to be astronomical because they're only doing a handful
Yeah,
of the
they only did
Virgin.
1,000 copies.
Yeah, of the Virgin. So that's crazy, you know, to see. You know, and me and Will talked about this last week at the store. Will is the local resident comic store owner here where we are, and Will was like, you know, it's crazy that books variants come out now at the value. They set the value right when they come out, and then they either go up or they go down. So you buy a book for $60 and it hits the street, and it's already valued at $200.
Yeah,
that's insane. That's crazy. You know. Now there is another side to this, and I think me and Al talked about this on Saturday. We talked about some of these variants that have to get bought, and you got Diamond or you got distributors. You know, you got to buy 1,000 copies of something just to get one book. The shop owner has to buy 1,000 copies of a book to get one variant. And then in order to get certain books, you have to buy 10 of books that nobody's probably going to buy. And who's checking for Doctor Strange right here? I'm talking modern Doctor Strange. Who's buying who on this panel is buying modern Doctor Strange comics?
Larry.
that's it.
Yeah, that's the only person.
He about to pop up.
Yeah.
He about to pop
Yeah,
up.
that's about the only person that's probably on this panel buying that. So really, who's checking for that? So you got shop owners who are buying this stuff, and like me and Al talked about this on Saturday. And until there's a united stand, it's going to stay this way.
Yep.
It's going to stay this way. Al, your thoughts on Hulk 181, the Crane homage variant? Homage variant is going out of the roof.
You know what? I think, in all honesty,
It's a hell of a cover now.
I think
nice cover.
Oh yeah, it's a really nice cover. If you're able to Google it, Google CRAIN Hulk 181 homage. So it's a homage to, of course, Incredible Hulk 181, which is the first appearance of Wolverine. And I think it's Weapon H. I think that's the book.
Yeah.
I think more or less, man, I've noticed because I actually just went on eBay and I checked, and it looks like the actual prices of that book is staying somewhere between 100 and up. So it's a virgin copy, and virgin means that there's no type of, the only thing that's on the cover is the art. That's it. No barcodes, no titles, no nothing. I think more or less that particular genre of book, and what I mean by genre is that I saw a trend and I looked all the books as far as 181 variants. There's a lot of books out there, not only the Crane, but other like the Archie variant, that She-Hulk variant, the one that we got last year.
Yeah.
Yep.
Trump versus Hillary.
Yep. I think Matt has that one. We got that one up at Bungie. Those books actually seem to jump in because of the content as far as the artwork, because it's 81. So I actually, when it's said and done, that particular book is probably going, if it's already maxing out at $200, and that's pre-orders, folks, because this book doesn't come out to what, March or April?
Yeah, March.
So that's it, and we're in January. So by the time March rolls around and the book is actually released, since the print run of that book is so low, I predict that the book could probably get up in as much as high as $300-400 because that print run is gonna make a difference. If it's already maxing out at $200 on eBay and you got people watching it or bidding on it at that price, it's probably gonna go for about $300-400 once it's said and done after the and one of it's books per copy because you got 2 books. You got right.
Excuse, hey, Al, your connection, you okay, man? Your connection went out. We missed the whole segment of what you said, brother.
What happened? Why y'all laughing?
It went like in slow motion, man. It was like you were lagging behind.
Yeah, you were like my man. What can y'all remember that old what was that dude that used to come on and he would talk? It was like he had a bald head.
Max Headroom.
Yeah, that's what you said. Yeah, that's it. Oh man. Yeah. We missed what was that? We missed the last. I mean, it's just like cut out. Yeah, Al? Did he freeze up? Yeah, he did freeze up. Look at that. Well, I figured that's what that was. So we'll Al.
Repeat all of that. I'm here. Hello.
Xavier's in stitches, boy.
No, it was the slow-mo that got me, man. Oh. Oh.
All right, Al, you still there, bro?
Oh man.
Yeah, I think he may have to log back in here. Yeah, he's gonna probably have to log back in. But yeah, it's pretty interesting, man, that you get these books that come out like this, these variants. And well, and I'll tell you, man, these Hulk 181 variants, you have to be real careful of which one you buy. Because if you buy the wrong Hulk 181 variant, you're in trouble. There we go. Good condition.
Cox cable makes me sick. I'm telling y'all something. My bar is all the way up, so it's telling me that I got a good connection. But y'all made it seem like I had a speech impediment then, and I don't appreciate that. So if I can repeat myself, can y'all hear me now? Am I clear?
Yeah.
Am I dragging? Oh God.
No, that's on your end.
That's on your end, man.
Go ahead, sir.
Hey, you might need a Wi-Fi extender, man. That's probably what the problem is.
I'm just going.
I'm gonna get you another router. Don't use the one from Cox. I'll get you a router, man. I got you.
Oh God, are you using the Cox cable router?
It might be.
It might be the modem router combo.
Because if you're using Cox cable, man, and that's for anybody watching, Cox. If Cox cable is watching this, man, shame on y'all for raising these prices, man.
That's what it is.
Yeah, I'll get you a router.
Yeah, because that's probably what it is, man. That Cox cable router ain't about poop. All right, so
they can say you got service and it ain't nothing.
All right, so let's move on here, man. We're actually right here towards the end of the show.
Hey, Matt. Yeah. Right quick. With the homage on eBay, did y'all notice that eBay is pulling a lot of those down?
No, I did.
Yeah, the one of them. TC, was it you that posted 2 of them back to back when we were buying when we ordered the books?
Yeah.
The first one that you posted, I went and looked at it and it was up, and then I literally looked at the second one, went back to the first one, and it was pulled down, and then that second one had got taken down too. So I don't know if it was Marvel that stepped in and did something. I don't know, or eBay was like, "Yo, let's go ahead and get this out the way," or something like that. But
it may have been the seller, man. Sometimes the sellers, what they'll do is they'll put up a book and they'll have it priced at one thing, and they'll see demand is starting to go out the roof, and they'll hurry up and pull it down. That happened to Tony once before. like a year ago. So
Yeah, it happened to me with the X-Men Gold.
yeah, you know, it's one price, and then all of a sudden, you know, it's down, and it comes back up. You know, later on.
Is that dude still sitting on that book, TC?
So what?
I said, is that dude still sitting on that book?
No, he let it go, man. He finally let it go. I checked it the other day just to see.
All right, so let's go ahead. Let's
Hey, I want to say one more thing, man.
yeah, go ahead, brother.
As far as comics and variants and stuff like that, man, this Action Comics 1000 that's coming up. Do not, I repeat, do not get the hardback cover of that comic because it's not actually the comic. Retailers are selling it as that comic, but it's just the 80-year history of Superman in that hardback. It's not the actual Action Comics 1000.
So you're telling me that that's fool's gold? That
Yes.
So you got people who already booked that $30 book thinking it's Action Comics 1000.
Right here. You're looking at one. I've already contacted them. And they even still have it listed as Action Comics 1000 hardback cover. They have it still listed and selling it that way. But just for heads up for everybody, the hardback is not the actual comic. There is like I think there's 9 variants that they're gonna do for that comic, but the hardback is not the actual one. So everybody watch out.
Wow, I did not know that, man. I'm glad you told me because I was reluctant to get that, and I'm glad I waited because I was really I didn't seem right. I just was like hardback, you know.
Yeah, he posted it in the group for us.
Yeah,
He gave us that warning quick.
Good. I'm glad they could get that piece of knowledge, man. All right, fellas. So I'm gonna throw it y'all. I'm gonna let y'all decide here. Do we want to do hauls or do we want to go into our top 5 anticipated games?
Actually, I don't even have any hauls.
Okay.
I don't either.
All right. Well, since we don't have any hauls, I'll go ahead.
Right here.
Ooh,
Hey, I told you. I told you, TC. I told you.
So that's a chase. Is that a chase?
This is a Walmart exclusive.
Yeah. So that's a chase. Yeah.
No, it's not a chase.
It's not a chase.
Not the chase.
No, it's just an exclusive.
Wow, that's pretty sweet, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, you get the TC3 claps of approval there, man. That's sweet.
My question is, which Walmart did you go to find the exclusive? Because Zeppelin don't never have nothing.
That's the one I went to. They had 2 left.
You got super lucky on that one. They don't never have nothing.
Yeah.
All right, so let's I'll go ahead and get to my haul. I went down to I had to do an assignment last week for Forbes magazine, so I was down in Statesboro, and whenever I'm in Statesboro, I always stop by Galactic Comics. That guy has some really good deals down there in the box.
Not to cut you off, Matt.
Yeah,
but you all did hear him correct. Forbes.
Yeah, I'm a photographer by trade.
Matt works for Forbes.
All right, and so got a chance to go to one of my favorite spots in the store. I call it the $5 bin because this dude has one of the best. I'm telling you, if you're ever in Statesboro, Georgia, stop by Galactic Comics. This guy has a $5 bin that is of epic biblical proportions. I'm talking Wrath of God, cat and dog getting together type stuff, man. Up first is the Mighty Isis. If Al hops back on, he knows this is a key book here with Shazam. $5. This book is going for at least 20, 25 on eBay. Also got the rare Marvel swimsuit special with the Storm. Also, I figured TC would like this one. I just want to surprise him. The Black Panther variant, #1. Yeah, come a little closer here so you can see it, brother.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah. $5 bin. So we'll take that in the $5 bin. We'll take that. Of course, Simpsons fan, Itchy and Scratchy, #1. Yes. They actually had one of these in there. Now I've already got this, but I just wanted to get one to get slabbed. And X-Men #4, first appearance of Omega Red. So
You know I'm looking for that book.
This one slabbed.
God.
Get a cheap.
Detective Comics, 575. This is one of those another one of those tough books to come by in a really good condition. This is I would say this is mint condition. Maybe I got a ding, 1 or 2 dings here, but I mean $5, man, for a book that I see at conventions are going for like 30. You know, I'll take it. This is a first issue special. This is a Lady Cop. I picked this up just because on the strength of this is something that looks so rare. Look like I've never seen anything like this before. First issue special, you know, tells me that this is probably something that may be of value. May not be a lot of spec, but you know, when you find those rare books, kind of like Night Nurse, you take advantage of it. Now, this is a book also first issue special, Atlas. Now, I was surprised to see what this is going for on eBay. I've seen this book going upwards of $100. $5 bin. It's sitting in the $5 bin, so I just picked it up and put it in the cart. Spawn #50. That one, the cover kind of intrigued me, and the fact that it's 50, I decided I'd go ahead and pick that up.
If he had that in a $5 bin, what is he having a $1 bin?
And don't tell him because he got his dollar bin section is so large that there's no way I could even go through it. I just kind of thrown my hand through it and was like, nah, I don't have time for it.
Yeah, but if you find out for $5, you gonna find some other stuff for $1.
Yeah.
Some good stuff.
He has really good stuff, man. I mean, this is in the $5 bin. Captain Marvel #1 variant. I was like, oh yeah, I'll take that too in the $5 bin. So no complaints on that end. And that's the haul for this week, man. I didn't even pick up anything today. I picked up no comics today. So that's that. So let's go ahead and let's go close this show out tonight with our top 5 most anticipated video games of 2018. It's not too often we get a chance to do a video game list here. TC, we'll let you kick things off now. What's your top 5 video games? And I think I know what number 1 and number 2 is.
Let me do my 2 honorable mentions for the games that probably still get picked up by me, but they're not my top. Darksiders 3 is an honorable mention.
That's coming up.
I played the first 2. Yeah, it's coming out this year.
It's scheduled to.
And Days Gone. That's an honorable mention for me because I really want to see more of it before I pick it up on there, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna pick it up. But my top 5, Spider-Man, gotta get, that's day 1. Blaze Blue Tag Battle. I mean, Arc Systems, a fighting game, tag, sold automatically. Number 3, Far Cry 5. Definitely gonna get picked up. Number 2 is Red Dead Redemption 2. And my number 1 game is it's gonna be God of War, man. Kratos is coming back in a big way.
Well, what you think about the switching it to third person, man? What you think about that, man?
You know, man, they haven't done anything wrong with any of the games so far that they've done. So I trust in them to do something, do it right.
All right, cool. I'll give you my list here. Number 5 on my list is Spider-Man. Number 4 is actually Metro Exodus, just because I built this gaming rig. I got to find something to play on it for power. So it looks really good. Far Cry is another game I'm looking forward to. And number 2, of course, is Red Dead Redemption. And number one is, as TC said, God of War, man. I mean, this is it. I mean, you know. I mean, how can you not have God? I mean, God of War is the game. Probably gonna be the game of the year.
Yeah.
It's gonna come out.
It normally is the game of the year every time.
I mean, it's. I hadn't seen anything bad about it. I mean, there's no complaint. You get no complaints from me on God of War. It's just a matter of I just need to make sure that I don't book anything those for 3 days so I can sit up and play it. So, X, you'll listen.
My number 5 is and I put it at number 5 if it holds up and comes out this year. But Death Stranding, you know, can't go wrong with Kojima. You know, well, I take it back because Metal Gear Solid 5 was bad, but number 4, I got Detroit, the little game with the robots and you control what they do, the outcome of what they do.
Yeah.
Y'all remember that?
I know you're talking about. Yeah, I remember that scene.
Mm-hmm.
I know what you're talking about.
I actually have Days Gone at number 3. You know, I'm real big on Evil Within and Last of Us 2. I mean, Last of Us, which I wish Last of Us 2 come out this year. That would have been number 1. But my number 2 is Spider-Man. I have not been this excited about a Spider-Man game since the first one came out with the first Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movie. So that I've been waiting for a long time on that one. And of course, number 1, everybody else said it, so I'm gonna say it, God of War. Y'all know I love Kratos.
Yeah. Kratos! The gods must die. Yeah, I can't wait, man. Cannot wait. All right, well, we on record time, man. It's been a while since we finished up this early on the show. It's been a while. So as for Al, who's working on Cox Cable, who's probably cursing them out on the phone. For Larry, who is probably chilling, and who's away on father duty, and Weldon, who is still in parts unknown. Maybe we'll see him this year. Who knows? But for Antonio Coleman, Xavier Randall, and myself, Matt Odom, we want to say thanks for watching. We'll see you all in 2 weeks. Have a good night.